All right, let's talk about those at-home LED masks. You've seen them, right? They're all over social media, these futuristic-looking masks promising to give you that professional, straight-from-the-clinic glow, but from the comfort of your own couch. The question is it all just hype?
And that's really the big question, isn't it? Are you strapping a high-tech dermatology clinic to your face? Or did you just drop, $750 on a very, very expensive light show?
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at what these masks promise. Then we'll get into the science of how light is supposed to affect your skin. After that, we'll dig into the big concerns from dermatologists, the power problem, the dosage dilemma, and maybe the biggest one of all, the evidence gap.
First things first, you can totally see why these are so popular. The marketing is brilliant, and the idea of getting a pro-level skin treatment without booking an appointment or even leaving your house, that's a pretty tempting offer.
Now, the core idea here isn't just made-up marketing fluff. It's actually based on real science that dermatologists use in their clinics. The whole claim is that certain colors of light, specific wavelengths, can actually get into your skin and kickstart processes that can help fight aging and just generally improve your skin's health.
Okay, so how is this all supposed to work? Let's zoom way, way in, right down to the cellular level, to really get the theory these masks are riding on.
To understand this, you got to know about mitochondria. Just think of these as the tiny little power plants inside every single one of your cells. They're the engines, creating all the energy that your cells need to do their jobs, like repairing damage.
And this is the theory in a nutshell. The LED light is supposed to penetrate your skin, hit your cells, and get absorbed by those little mitochondrial power plants. This gives them a jolt, like a double shot of espresso, kicking the cell's repair and regeneration work into overdrive. Sounds great, right? Simple, elegant. But is the theory really enough?
Well, this is where the experts we're looking at really start to raise some red flags. And the very first major problem they point to comes down to one simple thing: power, or a lack of it.
Just look at the difference here. When dermatologists use this technology, they're using these big panels, like the size of a sheet of paper, just jam-packed with LEDs to blast the skin with strong, even light. The at-home masks, on the other hand, they often have just a handful of bulbs kind of scattered around.
And this quote from one of the dermatologists just nails the concern. The feeling is that a few bulbs dangling on your face is probably way too weak to trigger any of the real biological effects that they see with their powerful in-office machines.
And it gets even more complicated. The problem isn't just that the light might be too weak. There's a paradox here, because using it too much could actually cause the very problems you're trying to fix. See, according to the research, light therapy is all about balance. There's a Goldilocks zone. You need just the right amount of light for just the right amount of time to get any benefit. It's a delicate process.
And this is absolutely critical. If you get that dosage wrong, say by using the mask every single day because you think more is better, you might not just get zero results. You could actually be doing damage. The experts warn that overdoing it can increase inflammation, which can actually speed up skin aging, the exact opposite of what you want.
So you've got the power problem and the dosage dilemma. And all of that leads us to what the dermatologists say is the biggest issue of all: a complete and total lack of good, independent proof that these specific at-home gadgets actually work.
Look, when a new medical device hits the market, doctors expect to see clinical trials from places like universities to back up the claims. But for these at-home LED masks, when the medical community went looking for that kind of hard data, they found exactly zero. None.
This quote really says it all, doesn't it? The professional consensus is simple. While the science of light therapy is real, the specific claims made by these consumer-grade masks have not been medically proven.
So let's just quickly recap the main points from the experts. 1. The science has potential. Yeah, but 2. These at-home devices are probably too weak to matter. 3. Using them too much could actually be bad for you. 4. There's just no independent medical proof that they work. And 5, that price tag, around $750, is a whole lot of money to spend on something so unproven.
Which brings us right to the bottom line and the question we want to leave you with. When you weigh all the concerns from dermatologists, the weak power, the dosage risks, and the flat-out lack of proof, is the potential that it might work worth that very real, very high price? Well, that's for you to decide. Thanks for tuning in.